Hello, people. Today we're going to do a set of shorties that I'm calling Hibiscus Vacation, and they're going to be some really easy and quick hibiscus flowers. We're going to start off with these short oval tips that I've prepped, and we're going in with the base color of this bright yellow. I may possibly have a coughing fit here in a second, so nobody panic. I took a drink of water right before I was going to record this. It went down the wrong pipe. Gee whizzers. This set took me about an hour and a half, but I know I could have done it faster, but I had a couple of issues that you will see as we go that ended up taking me a little more time. But other than that, very easy and quick. Just what I need. Give you guys a break too, because some of my videos have been extra long lately. Okay, this is the second coat, obviously, and we're going to cure that and ready to go. Now, I'm going to give these a matte top coat. The idea being that the pigments would not stick to the matte top. Well, it was better than it would have been had I left it with the shiny top, but I did still have some sticking problems, which is you're going to see, which became the time-consuming thing because I had to spend time cleaning a lot of them. Okay, we're going to cure that. Now, all we're going to do is take a dotting tool. We're going to do 3 dots close together, like the center one being a little higher up. And then we're going to do that for each petal. So we're going to go around and there will be 5 petals per flower. Now some people have a system of drawing lines to get their petals lined up where they want them, but in this case, I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, we've got our dots all on there. Now we're going to take, now I like to put a center dot so it gives me a place to shoot for when I'm going in with my lines now. And we're just going to basically drag out the polish into the center dot from all 3 of the petal dots, like so. Sorry. That one got a little off-centered there. It's kind of askew. We're going to get back on track. I found if I don't put a center dot in flowers when I'm doing them, my petals tend to get, especially if I'm dragging towards the center, somehow they tend to get off. Okay, now we need the little middle bit, the stamen. And then I will switch to a tiny dotting tool. And we're just going to put the little dots on this part. Just a few. Okay, and that's it for that. See, easy peasy. And we have a hibiscus flower. Now I'm just going to show you guys one more, and that's all I'm going to show. Now you can do these on, however many fingers you want to put them on. I did them on all of them just because it bothers me if there's a bare nail. I know sometimes less is more and you don't want it on all of them. I tend to be of the more is more variety. As you guys know, I tend to go overboard with a lot of my stuff. Now, if you're not getting enough polish on your brush when you're trying to drag out from the dots, you can just get a little bit, just put a little bit on there. On some of those I did that Some I didn't. Some I just dragged out from the dots. If I had really tiny dots, I wasn't getting much to drag out from, so which is partly why I started doing that, picking up some extra. And they don't have to be perfect. Okay, and the stamen. Sorry for my arm. I really do try to edit all those out, but sometimes I miss a few. Okay, there we go. Now those will be cured. I will do the rest off camera. And now we're ready to go with the pigments. These are the pigments. I'm going to use those top three. There's a red orange, which is what I'm starting with right here. Now I'm trying to tap off some of the excess because I had quite a lot on there. I have found when working with these pigments, kind of less is more, because if you get too much and you go over it too many times, you're just kind of pressing it into that base color instead of gliding across the top. If you glide it easily across the top, it should stick to anything that's raised up, preferably not the yellow base. Now I started out putting these, I was going to do them one by one, then I decided, you know what, it's just going to be faster to leave them on the rack, and I can just go down the line and do what I need to do. Now I've done the red orange. I believe I've switched over to pink now. Well, that one I didn't have enough on there. I either end up with too much or not enough. When I did the second hand of these, the second rack, I started kind of, after I got the pigment on the brush, I started kind of giving it a blot on the paper towel to get a bunch of the excess off of there, so that I could not have as big a mess. And it did seem to work a little better that way. Okay, we're going to switch over to orange. I think these are really fun colors for summer. See, I'm spending too much time scrubbing it over there, so I think that's part of the reason why, and there's too much on my brush. Part of the reason why I ended up with so much stuck to the nails. That one's a little on the lighter side. Alright, then we're just going to take a brush, it's not a stick, it's a soft brush, and we're going to start, just brush it off, get all the loose stuff off of there. Now if this had worked and not stuck to the background, it would have been nice. We would have been pretty much done at this point, but as you can see, not all of it is coming off. Most of it did come off. Now I've just got a wipe with some alcohol. I'm just kind of going around the edges and cleaning off some. Then I gave it another wipe with a swipe with the brush. Then I resorted to an alcohol covered brush to try to get this off as much as I could. And this is what was taking, this is the time consuming part for this set. I had to spend a good amount of time cleaning this whole rack up. Now I couldn't get down in between all those, so pretty much I just went around the edges of everything, trying not to wipe off the pigment that's on the actual hibiscus flower. I'm just going to show you this one more, and that's going to be it. You can see what I did. I take that back. I'm going to show you one other thing, but not off of this rack. the brush again. It doesn't just easily just wipe right off either. You kind of have to scrub it a little bit to get it off of there. And on some of them I got too close and ended up wiping it off. Okay, here's what they look like when they're cleaned up. And that's also what they look like as matte, which I wish I had left them. Okay, now this one I did the same way, except for I didn't use nearly as much pigment powder on my brush, and I blotted it off on the paper towel, as you can see up there. So it didn't give it as heavy of a coverage of color on it, but it also didn't have a big sticky mess all over the base color. See, it's pretty clean, fairly clean. Okay, now we're going in with the top coat. I've used a tempered top coat for these. I really wished I had left them, done them in matte, but I know a lot of people don't like matte, and I figured if somebody's going to be wearing these in the summer while they're out on vacation, at the beach or whatnot, matte's probably not going to go as well. You want to have gloss because it's just easier. It just stays better. It's easier to keep it clean and all that jazz. Also, I tried not to wipe real hard over that as I was putting the top coat on because I didn't want to smear the pigment off of the flower part. And there we go. I'm going to show you these glossy compared to the matte. See, I like the matte better myself. I think they look nicer. But anyway, there we are, all glossed up and ready to go on vacation. Hey, if you like this set, please give me a like. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more, I upload a new video every Saturday. So hit the subscribe button and you'll be the first ones to see them. That's all I have for you this time. And I will be away next week, but I'll be back the week after that. Okay, see you guys later. Bye-bye. Stay cool.